Hey, I'm Joe at J-Rut Studios. In this video, I'm going to be repairing this rocking chair that was destined for the landfill. Alright, so one of my neighbors was getting rid of this. They had it set out in the trash. I gave it a look over and I see the potential here. It's a really well-made rocking chair. It's super comfortable to sit. It's got a nice little rock to it. The seat is very comfortable. It's got a nice little dish set in the back there. It just needs some TLC and some repairs. Nothing super crazy. I'm not going to be doing a full restoration of this chair. I just want to get it back in service and find a nice space for it in my house for myself and my guests to use. So that's what we're going to do. Now there's a few key areas we need to focus on that really need repairs. This handle, the spindle is actually cracked in the seat portion where the through mortise and tenon or the wedge mortise and tenon sits. So we need to repair that. So both of these feet have been chewed up, I'm assuming, by their dog. We've got some chips, some scratches. Got some worn finish where this thing has been well loved. There's some gouging and missing material on these rockers. We did have a joint come loose, so we're going to glue that, potentially even pin it. We'll see. All right, now that we know what's wrong with the chair and what we need to fix, we'll go ahead and put it to paper so we can keep track of it and check off these items as we go. This chipped out foot here. Now it doesn't need a whole lot, it's just gotta have enough to come to a radius. I thought about doing Bondo and stuff since it's gonna be painted, but I think we're gonna go for the real wood fix. All right, here goes nothing. Not gonna get too far with that blade. I don't know what I was cutting, but that thing is cooked. All right, to reinforce the patch, we're gonna go ahead and use a couple dowels. This is just a 5/16 bit with the stop collar, cheap Harbor Freight one. Some Harbor Freight dowel center finders. And then we're gonna use two 5/16 dowels. All right, with our newly squared off face set, I'm gonna go ahead and just find the center here for my dowel placement. And then I think I want about here. And now with my depth collar set, all right, well, we're waiting on that rocker piece to dry. I'm gonna go ahead and switch gears and start working on the armrests. I think for these, I'm just gonna get the old finish off, get them nice and smooth, and then put a nice oil coat on them. These are the screws holding the arms to the back. Not bad, they're a little wimpy. I'm going to be replacing them with these Corsair Torx T25 screws. little more of an aggressive bite to them. Hopefully should give us a little more stability. The epoxy I used for the spindle was already starting to set up, so I made this awesome mold to fill in the voids, and although it looks crazy, it totally worked. All right, so the camera died and I had a piece chip off of the patch we were working on, so luckily I was able to find it. It was a big chunk. I just used some Type on 3, I glued it back in place, and then some blue painter's tape to hold it. And also, the epoxy should be cured by now, so let's check and see how everything came out. All right, so after getting the tape off of our little epoxy fill yesterday, it actually did pretty good. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do because I did it on its side all weird. I've only got a couple small holes to fill. Got to carve that piece off. It's still a little tacky, so I'm gonna let this cure for a while longer before I start going at this corner. But I think that'll do, donkey. For some of the more minor scratches and dents, I'm trying this UV curing epoxy. You just apply it on and then cure it with this little flashlight it comes with. And just like that, Joe's your YouTuber. All right, so originally I thought these rockers were actually pine, like the seat and a few other parts of the chair. After sanding them, I realized they're actually more maple. It's not an issue. I still like the little pine patch I did. I could cut it off and replace it, but I think it's gonna work. And if it doesn't, I know a guy who can fix it. As I had the chair upside down, I realized that this section's a little more gnarly than I would like to just leave as is. Get a little more wear up on this part, but this one's not too bad. I can easily touch that up. I'm debating if I wanna fill with epoxy and shape, or if I should just go ahead and cut this piece out, inlay a new piece, shape that. I guess we're gonna try an inlay.
Hi, Joey's vlog.
All right, so obviously you can cut it with chisels and some saws and mortise this out and get a nice tight fit. Another option, if you don't have those tools, don't have the interest, or don't have the time, would be a palm router and a top-mounted bearing bit, or otherwise known as a templating bit. And then we're gonna use a couple little just offcuts of 1/2-inch ply. We're gonna double stick tape them here, and we should be able to clean most of this bulk of this waste out pretty quick. So I'm gonna mock this up and we're gonna give it a go. The last little thing I'm gonna do before I take this template off is just square up the corners. All right, so cut a piece to match my mortise. Let's see how we did. Nice tight fit.
Nice.
I hope you're having a good time watching this video. I'm having a great time fixing up this old rocking chair. It's been a lot of fun. It's keeping some of that at the landfill. It's cost me absolutely $0 other than stuff I already own, but I don't really count that because woodworker math. If you're not already, I'd love to invite you to subscribe. Our channel and community is growing daily, and we have a lot of fun over here. A lot of cool little videos. I respond to all my comments. So yeah, we do everything from slapstick DIY to an attempt at fine furniture and everywhere in between. But we're here for a good time, make some cool stuff, have a laugh. So if that sounds like you, love you to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and let's get back to it. All right, next on the to-do list, we're gonna fix this joint that's come apart on one of these stretchers. We're gonna start with a little bit of glue, see if that holds nice. If it doesn't, then we'll go back and either send a dowel through or most likely just a small trim head screw. But let's go ahead and get some glue in this. All right, with the list of repairs complete, now we need to go ahead and test and make sure that they did the trick. The only way I can see to do that, I guess, is just to sit in it. So, oh yeah. All right, with the chair passing my highly scientific test of just sitting in it, gives me the confidence I need to finish getting this thing cleaned up and put the finish on. As this project comes to an end, I just want to take a second to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, for liking, subscribing, for just supporting me in general. It means more than you know. If you're still watching to this point, hopefully you've been enjoying the video, or you've fallen asleep, or you've just continued to let it play as you walked away. Whatever that scenario is, thanks. As this project comes to a close, it's a little bittersweet, I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun doing some repairs on this chair, fixing it up, but I'm more excited to have this thing back in service, back at home, hopefully get many, many years out of it, keep it out of the landfill. All right, I'm gonna let this oil dry up a little bit, and then we'll get some final beauty shots.